Hello there, Ray here, and the latest snapshot, 18W14A, has arrived, and with it came a bunch of really cool changes, which I will go over. Phantom's loot tables have changed, so they no longer drop leather, so now when you kill Phantoms, they will drop a Phantom membrane. So Elytras used to be repaired just by using a piece of leather, but that's no longer the case. Now you will need the Phantom membrane to repair your Elytra. Now it's still possible to repair your Elytras if they have mending, if you're received XP, so I give myself some XP, so you can see that now this one is completely repaired. Now the membrane can also be used to craft a new type of potion. So here we got a Phantom membrane and some awkward potions, and this can convert this over into a slow falling potion. As you can see, the slow falling potion gives you the falling of slow falling for 1.5 minutes. And let's give this potion a try. So if we take down this potion and we jump off this tree here, we see we slowly fall to the ground. Notice the particle effects are kind of like a light blue. And you can also see that on the side, top right, that we get the new type of effect, which is the slow falling. And we go ahead and look in our inventory, we can see that here is the indication, which is these 2 feathers. Just like other potions, it comes in the different variations. So we got the default, which is 1.5 minutes, as well as extended time, which is 4 minutes. Then we got the splash variations, 1.5 minutes and 4 minutes in splashing. We got the arrows, which you can see are white, which is cool. And they got the effects. This one's 11 seconds, this one is 30 seconds, and then we got the linger potions, which are in 22 seconds and 1 minute. This could be used if you accidentally fall in survival to drink a potion, that you slowly go to the ground, and you don't end up taking any damage once you do hit the ground. You could also use this to transport mobs downwards pretty easily just by giving them a potion of slow falling, and then push them off the edge, and then they can slowly fall down without having to take any damage. You can see having the Elytra plus the slow falling effects allows you to be able to glide great distances with ease. It's almost like having some sort of creative mode because you have more control about how fast you're moving. This also allows you to sink into the water very slowly. Having the slow falling effect makes it really easy to take off from land as well as water because when you jump up, you fall down very slowly. This allows you to easily just use one rocket to take off. So if I just jump in the water and I get top of the water and then double space, you can see I could take off with my Elytra. I also found this really cool shipwreck here, which is partially inside of this desert biome, and I think this is the full-size ship. Wow, you can see underneath. It looks really amazing with part of the floor being flooded, and there's even a chest, but it's completely surrounded with stone as well as other stuff around it. Oh, that's crazy. Here's one underneath a bunch of sand. They also added a new achievement, which they call it advancements. This one's called Fishy Business. As you can see, I just got it from catching a fish with my fishing pole. Here's my fish. And if we look at what it says fishy business, catch a fish. They also added another advancement if you would catch a fish that was caught without using a fishing pole. So if I go ahead and try to catch one of these fish with a bucket, you see that I got a new advancement. This one is called tactical fishing. So if we go ahead and look and see what tactical fishing is all about, it says catch a fish without a fishing rod. Added another advancement, which is when you throw your trident at a mob. So I'll go ahead and throw my trident. It says I got a throwaway joke. So if we go ahead and look what it says, throw a trident at something. No, throwing away your only weapon is not a good idea. So that's pretty funny. So there's a new advancement that you can acquire by striking a villager with lightning. And the way that you do this is by having a trident that has the channeling enchantment during a thunderstorm. And we go ahead and throw it at this villager. If you know that when a lightning strikes a villager, it will convert the villager over into a witch. This has always been the case, but now there is a new advancement for it. So if we just move out of the way of this witch here and take a look at what our advancement is. So pull up the menu, and it says very frightening. Strike a villager with lightning. Now I said they're going to add some more advancements in the future, which I always look forward to because these advancements allow players to kind of go into areas which they may not normally go after, such as like catching a fish underneath water. They made some changes onto what enchantments can be stacked onto a trident. So if the trident has the enchantment Riptide on it, which is the one that shoots you through the water, it will not be able to have the channeling enchantment or the loyalty enchantment. So if I go ahead and try to enchant this with loyalty, so if I try to put loyalty 3 onto it, you see it cannot support it. And this goes for the same as if you try to enchant it with channeling. So if I try channeling, you also see that it won't allow me to put that onto this trident because it already has the Riptide enchantment onto it. So they also change it so that if the enchantment has the Riptide enchantment on it, it won't be able to be thrown at all on dry land. So here I'm right clicking, nothing will happen. Here's like my typical trident, and you can see that one can be thrown. They also made it so that the Riptide enchantment on a trident will only be used to thrust you forward underneath of the water. And currently there seems to be a bug because as soon as you throw the trident, it just goes invisible or vanishes. When you activate the Riptide, they added a new cool effect. So if I go ahead and throw my trident underneath water, you can see my player swirls in circles, which is really cool. And there's also this wave effect that's going around me. I think that's awesome. Now they seem to have changed it, so the Riptide enchantment doesn't even work in the rain now. It does work in creative mode, and you can use this to fly. So I can go ahead, and if I keep launching myself, you can see I can keep flying. It's actually really amazing and looks cool if I turn sideways. But since you cannot get the loyalty enchantment with the Riptide, you couldn't really use this to fly without wasting a whole bunch of tridents. Now using this Riptide effect, you can throw yourself at mobs, and it'll do the same effect as if like you are a trident. So I'll take off and hit the cow and damage it quite badly. So they retextured the kelp, looks nice. And you can still pick block like the top piece, but you still can't pick block the middle piece, and then you can still pick block like the seagrass. They also said they changed the way that kelp generate in the world, as well as seagrass. Here we can see like a river biome, and you can see that there is some seagrass growing in the river biome, as well as it's able to stick up partly out of the water. So they made changes like the kelp doesn't generate in warm oceans. So over here, you see only seagrass, but over here, where there is a normal ocean, you can see the kelp has generated. Seagrass also generates in swamp biomes, and it seems that they haven't still fixed witch huts because there's no witch huts generating here. They fixed some bugs such as like blocks would break on top of a seagrass. Instead they break them. This is similar to like you would see with like a piece of grass. You wouldn't break off as an item, but instead would break the grass and replace it. They also fixed it so you can no longer place kelp down onto non-full blocks or transparent blocks. They also said that they optimized the way that clouds render a bit more, which I can always appreciate. So the first thing I noticed in the snapshot that the F3 key doesn't work, so you can't press F3 and you can't press like F3N to switch from creative to spectator mode or any of the other tooltips for that. So hopefully they fix this in the next snapshot. They also added so that when you press F3 and hold it down, it will warn you that it's going to crash your game. So it says F3 plus C is held down, this will crash the game unless you release it. So if I continue to hold down, it's going to do a countdown, and then you can see it'll crash the game. Trident's getting some changes, as well as the Phantom finally getting its own unique item. So now my Phantom farms are actually useful. So if you found this interesting, show me with a like and share it with others. If you want to see more snapshot reviews like this, subscribe and don't forget to hit the bell. And if there's anything cool that I missed in the snapshots, tell me down in the comments.